Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive Podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the personal months for April 2023. We're also going to take a look at the forecast for the new moon and the full moon for April, which also includes a solar eclipse at the end of the month. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you in advance for commenting, liking, and sharing to help my little channel to grow and to help spread the word about numerology. I see you. I appreciate you. You all are the best. This, of course, is a general reading. If you would like a personal reading where we'll take a deep dive into your own personal numerology, go ahead and book some time with me. You can find my information in the link below. Okay, so April 2023 is a 11-2 universal cycle. So the universal cycle affects all of us. We will feel that in some way. I'm going to break it down to the personal month forecast in just a moment, but let's take a quick look at the influences of the universal cycle so that we can understand how these all play together. The 11 energy here can bring additional challenges. So we have an eclipse again at the end of the month, but these challenges are always assisting us in moving towards bigger, more beautiful triumphs that leave us feeling inspired and hopefully doing more of what inspires us rather than leaving us feeling uninspired for too long. That's the goal anyway, right? Of 11 energy. So whenever you are experiencing self-sabotage, expect the 11 to put the pressure there. Okay, especially this month. The energy of the 2 brings the opportunity for healing, balance, reconciliation, mediation, seeing others' perspectives with an open mind and an open heart, and finding it easier to see eye to eye. Past relationships could resurface to be healed, especially I would say towards the end of the month, energetically or in the physical. So it doesn't mean that you have to bring this person back into your life in the physical. You can do a lot of this work energetically so that you're releasing those lower vibrations, right? Anything that you're sort of holding on to, burdens, grudges, judgments, whatever. This energy of the 2 helps to alleviate that. We have to do the work, but it gives us the opportunity or helps to highlight where it is that we can put that focus. New relationships and soul contracts can come rushing in this month, so be open to who you meet. Don't, discredit someone or dismiss someone too quickly. Emotions and emotional maturity will also be highlighted. Pay attention to when and why you're reaching some kind of trigger point, right? Or you're reacting versus responding to someone or something. Those triggers are guideposts to be sure that you'll investigate them further, right? Or asking you to investigate them further. This could be a month where a lot of decisions need to be made, a lot of big decisions. So trusting yourself to make those decisions as well as to move through any consequences, good or uncomfortable, of those decisions, right? That stem from those decisions. Being overly critical of yourself or others serves no one. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and break it down by each personal month now. Personal month 6. So if April is a personal month 6 for you, then this is going to bring an emphasis or a focus on to the home environment, and those connections that we feel closest to. So friends, very close friends, family, loved ones, our close community, can sort of all come into the spotlight. Now, it is a shorter cycle of a month, so there probably won't be a tremendous amount that crops up, although there can be. Just depends on what sort of needs to come up, right? You could see people move in, move out of the home. You could see that people sort of need you a little bit more this month, or that you need others more this month, and that you need to be able to communicate those needs to others. This is also going to potentially bring up opportunities to set some healthy boundaries and have those sort of more difficult conversations to let somebody know, thank you for, coming to me, but I'm not able to assist you at this time. Maybe I can help you find someone who can, or just a simple, I'm sorry, I can't do it at this time is also reasonable. But the 6 energy is going to help you to see where it is that boundaries might need to be set so that you're not overextending or overburdening yourself with giving, with being there for others, that sort of thing, making sure that your cup is full first before you try to fill the cup of others. But you could see sort of like an influx of people sort of just needing your attention or needing your time or just a shoulder to cry on type thing. And your responsibility or your job is to check in with yourself first and make sure that you are physically, emotionally, spiritually able to take that on. And then saying yes if that's appropriate or no if that's appropriate. This can also bring to the surface anything that needs to be addressed or discussed that has been sort of swept under the carpet because nobody wants to deal with it. 6 energy, especially again around the home, is going to bring to the surface where there might be some troubles or some things that need ironing out. And this is going to bring it to the forefront. It's very difficult to suppress or sort of shelter anything that's not truth, right? So those things are going to bubble to the surface to be addressed, and it's going to be in the spotlight and it's going to be in the forefront. Sort of like the elephant in the room is not leaving until it's addressed. So that could definitely come up as well. And it doesn't have to be immediate family members or, like who's in your home. It can also be parents, siblings who don't live with you, but who have that deeper, stronger connection, whether it's simply energetically, right? So a lot could come up, and it may also come up, again, things from your past may show up that are associated with the home that need to be addressed, whether it's in person, physically, or energetically. So if there's some, again, deeper traumas, deeper things that need to be worked through from your past, from your childhood, those could come to the surface now to really be dealt with and moved through. Now, again, a lot of times it's not going to be something that's immediate. So it might be something that, again, you're starting and initiating that conversation. You're starting and initiating that work. And that can take some time to move through, of course, but this is the month where it's brought to the surface to be dealt with. So this is a great month for, finding a therapist or a healer or whoever it is that you feel comfortable sort of being able to express what you need to express in an unbiased, sort of safe environment. Again, you might see people move in or out of the home. You might buy or sell a home. You may start working from the home, or if you were working from the home, you may move and start working from a more brick and mortar location. You may see finances come in around the home, a shift in those finances, whether it's you or a partner. You might see things come up where you need to invest into the home. So again, there might be some repairs that need to be done, or just some sprucing up and beautifying. That's a big one, especially for the Northern Hemisphere where we're stepping into spring. So this can be a great month for planting and starting to prepare your yard for or your garden for the season. So it can be a really incredibly beautiful beautifying type energy as well. So it can also be where you might want to spruce up your inside house a little bit, right? So paint the walls or get new furniture or shift your furniture, right? Move it around, get a different sort of feel for the space. That's all very, very possible as well. It doesn't have to be this big, transformative, heavy kind of energy. It's going to show up where it needs to, right? Okay, so on the 6th of April, we have a full moon. So for you all, this is bringing in or sort of focusing and highlighting the energy of the 5. So this can bring about very quick sort of lightning bolt insights, aha moments, major clarity. Through that clarity creates some kind of shift, some kind of transformation, some kind of change in the experience, or will begin to lead to that. And so it is very possible that closure can be made or, had from this experience because it is a full moon. It's almost like if there was something that there was like almost like a fog around, or the veil was thick around whatever this is. This full moon with this 5 energy is bringing the clarity, the awakening, the understanding. And then it's going to be up to you what you choose to do with that deeper understanding. But it's kind of that energy where it's like, once you see it, you can't unsee it. And so it's not going to go away. It's going to need to be dealt with. So you may have had some pretty big illusions around something, right? Or your rose-colored glasses were on, and then this energy is coming in to sort of rip those off and be like, you need to see this situation for what it is. If you still feel the same way about it after fully knowing whatever it is you need to know, great. But you need to know the truth around whatever it is. And so this can bring in that very quick, deeper insights. So just kind of move through that the best that you can. It's not going to ask for instant action, but it is going to sort of bring that instant clarity. So that is very, very possible. And that can be great because that can help you to shift gears, to move in a different direction, or to sort of get even more steadfast in what it is that you're committing to. That's very possible as well. It's also potentially going to bring in a shift where it is that maybe you've been overindulgent, where it is that you've been living in excess, or the extreme opposite, where you've been sort of creating this self-imposed prison or this self-imposed like restrictions, sort of self-sabotaging yourself around something. This energy is going to help to move you back to center. That can be uncomfortable, but it's going to create sort of the obstacles or the pressure and the challenges that it needs to help move you back to moderation, to the center, so that you can move much more freely. 5 energy wants its freedom, its independence, and it can't have that if it's bogged down by excess or it's too restricted. Then on the 20th, we have a new moon, and this is also a solar eclipse. So big, new, intense starts, new, fresh beginnings. For you all, this is even more intensified because you're working with the energy of the 1. Now, eclipses are going to start a storyline, right? It's going to put the emphasis on something that's going to progressively unfold. Now, you might see, on that day, get a clear indication of what it is that you're meant to be working with. But typically, you're going to get the indication, but then it's going to like progressively unfold, right? Like you might get the breadcrumbs, and then 3 to 6 months from now, it might all make sense. For you all working with the energy of the 1 in a 6 energy, right? 6 energy is going to put the focus on others, nurturing, caregiving, beautifying, all of these things, right? For others, for all involved. 1 energy is bringing the focus back to self. It's a very self-driven, very self-focused type energy. It's going to ask you, what do you want? How are you going to get it? What risks do you need to take to be able to achieve this? What big ideas do you want to implement? It's going to require you to take effort and take the initiative. It's not going to just hand you what you need. It's going to be like, okay, you have this great idea. What are you going to do with it? You have to take the initiative with 1 energy, which requires confidence, which requires believing in yourself type thing as well. So just be aware of, or, acknowledge any of those big ideas that come in for you. Or you just I don't know, you could around this time see someone and be like, I feel this connection, I need to reach out. And maybe that's outside your character, but it's an eclipse, it's a new moon, so big new starts, and you're working with 1 energy. So I would say, because 1 energy can also be impulsive, right? So it's going to see it and want it and go after it type thing. So you can approach that however feels comfortable for you, but there's definitely this energy of, if you see something, an opportunity, or see someone that you like, what's stopping you from just initiating a conversation, just initiating something, right? This 1 energy is going to ask you to do that. Now, I would also say, because it is an eclipse, remember, it's probably going to be a progressive story that's going to unfold over time, over the next, say, 3 to 6 months. So you might not have everything that you need to really fully, make whatever this is happen. But with one energy, you have a clean slate here and you're meant to do something outside of your comfort zone, take a risk, do something different, trust your instincts, be a little impulsive, be more assertive, own your space type thing. And so this one energy is going to help you to do that and honor that. And it's really going to kind of push you to do that over the next 3 to 6 months. So for you all, also it may bring in something because it's being initiated under a 6 personal month that can have to do with the home, family, and whatnot. This could very much be about, again, speaking up for yourself around things where maybe you've been a little bit more submissive when it comes to other people's needs, right? Like you sort of asserting yourself in a relationship where it's like, okay, let's meet in the middle, but I also have a voice in this. So it could sort of light the fire underneath you to not be so, I don't want to say accommodating, but so like where you're self-sacrificing. This can be an energy where it's like, okay, let's compromise, but we're not self-sacrificing anymore. So really helping to empower and help you to stand in your own power. So big potential month for you all this month. I hope it's beautiful. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.